Hey everyone, welcome to the top 10 list. Here's my top 10 favorite movies of the 1970s. Yes, from 1970 to 1979. As you saw in my videos on my top 10 lists of my favorite movies from the decade, 2000s, 90s, 80s, all leading up to my favorite movies of all time. Now it's time to talk about the 70s. 70s is a great era. A lot of my favorite movies came out this year, so let's get to it. Here are my top 10 favorite movies of the 1970s. And before top 10 list, you gotta have your honorable mentions. Some honorable mentions for my favorite movies of the 1970s are Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles, Annie Hall, The French Connection, Apocalypse Now, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Chinatown, Dirty Harry, and Superman. So yeah, those were my honorable mentions. Great movies, just couldn't make the top 10 list. But what did make my top 10 was my number 10. And my number 10 is Rocky, yes. 1976, Rocky. I love this movie. Stallone's amazing, Burt Young's amazing, Carl Weathers, Burgess Meredith, everyone's fantastic in this movie. It's a great underdog story, great sports movie, probably the greatest sports movie of all time, the greatest boxing movie of all time, the greatest Rocky movie of all time, and my 10th favorite movie of the 70s. I love it, the performances, the writing, the direction, the cast, everything about this movie is amazing. It's frickin' Rocky. Rocky! Coming number 9 is The Sting. Yes, Paul Newman and Robert Redford. This is my favorite collaboration they did with each other. I loved Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I fucking love that movie so much. Such a good movie. Great movie. This is my favorite, though, of them two together. The Sting is such a great movie. One of the best movies of that year. It's so good. Very well directed. Them two are so great as these con artists. And the ending scene is, I won't spoil it, but it's so well done. Just brilliant. And the whole cast in this movie is great. It's very well edited, very well shot, and just anytime these two are in a movie together, you're always going to get something special and very comedic and very entertaining, and that's what The Sting is. It's so entertaining. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I love The Sting. It's my 9th favorite movie of the 70s. Coming number 8 is Taxi Driver. Yeah, you looking at me? You talking to me? You looking at me? You looking at me? I love De Niro rocking a killer mohawk in the third act. Again, like I'm saying, I'm putting old Scorsese movies in all these top 10 lists. Scorsese is one of the greatest directors of all time, so of course I'm going to. And Taxi Driver is one of his best movies. This movie is fantastic. It's so unique, so original, so fresh, so different for a 70s movie. But for some reason, the 70s, the 1970s, a lot of the darkest movies of all time came out in the 70s, so for some strange reason, 70s was the era of darkness and fucking weird shit, and yeah, Taxi Driver was one of those great ones that's a dark, bleak movie, but you fucking love it. It's one of the greatest of all time, one of the best Scorsese movies, one of the best De Niro movies, one of the best performances he ever gives in a movie. It's so good. He's such a great anti-hero. I love Jodie Foster and Harvey Keitel in this movie, too. They're all so good in this movie. It's strange, but it's very thought-provoking, very clever, very smart. So well crafted, one of the best Scorsese movies, and one of the best movies of all time. It's Taxi Driver. So good. Coming number 7 is The Exorcist. Yes, this is one of the scariest movies of all time, and yeah, it should be, because it's so good. It's very well done. It's very well directed, very well written, very well composed by the score. The score of this movie is one of the most haunting scores I've ever listened to in any movie. Just shivers. Linda Blair is amazing. She was nominated for supporting actress. She probably should have won. She was amazing. Just brilliant in this movie. The whole cast in this movie was amazing. It won, I think, what, screenplay? Original screenplay? Totally well deserved. It's a very well-written movie. It's beautifully designed. The makeup is just terrifying. It's got one of the greatest movie posters of all time. It's the most scariest, most thrilling movie you'll ever watch. And yeah, it's The Exorcist. Watch it. Coming number 6 is it's Jaws. Steven Spielberg's Jaws. This is one of the first few movies he did. Not the first. Duel was the first. Such a good movie, but Jaws was his first big blockbuster movie, and it's so good. I love that it made all this money in the box office in 1975. So good. I love this movie. I love Roy Schneider. I love Richard Dreyfuss. They're all so good in this movie. I love the practical effects on the shark. God, that made you scared to go in the water. I was afraid to go in my swimming pool when I was a kid because I saw Jaws, but I love Jaws. Jaws is so good. The practicality of it, the intensity of it, the way it's shot, designed, directed, written. Love these characters. It's a very quotable movie too. We're gonna need a bigger boat. And yeah, it's so awesome. I love this movie. I love that they hide the shark because fear of the unknown, the fear of the mystery make the movie more intense, more thrilling, and just more scary. Jaws is a masterpiece. This is a cinematic masterpiece. It's one of the greatest movies of all time for a reason. It's directed by one of the greatest directors of all time, and it's just amazing. It's Jaws. So good. Coming number 5 is Kramer vs. Kramer. I love this movie so much. Dustin Hoffman and Meryl Streep are both incredible. Both won their Oscars for this movie. Really good. It's a simple story about a girl who abandons her family, and a working father has to take care of their son while also being a working father. And it's a very beautiful movie. It's a very sad movie, too, because it's a lot about revenge and about hatred, but also about love and family, and it's so well done. Very well done. If you don't know what happens, Meryl Streep comes back, and basically they have a custody war over their son, and the son obviously wants to be with his dad, because his dad didn't abandon him, but yeah, it's so sad, this movie. It's very heartbreaking, but it's beautifully acted, beautifully directed, too, and I love this movie. It's so good. It's one of the best performances Dustin Hoffman gives in a movie. I know he's Rain Man. Rain Man's amazing too. He's so good in this movie, but he's amazing in this movie. Meryl Streep is very good too. I think she's great. She deserved her Oscar, definitely, but not her best performance of her entire career, but she's still good in this movie. I love the story, love the writing, I love the chemistry between Dustin Hoffman and the son, and I love the dynamics of this movie. I love how realistic it is. It's just amazing. Such a beautiful movie. It might have you crying at the end, but that's okay, because it's awesome. Coming number 4 is Fiddler on the Roof. This is one of my favorite musicals of all time. It's so good. Norman Jewison, I think he directed it. Yeah, he directed this movie. Yeah, he directed this movie. This is a great movie. I love the performances. I love the musical numbers. Find me a match. Catch me, I catch. Such a great show. Great musical numbers. Phenomenal cast. Great cinematography. Very tragic story, very, very long, but very well paced, so the length doesn't feel too edgy and feel drawn out. It's so well done, very well executed. This is one of the greatest musicals of all time, so of course I had to have this on my top 10 list. It's amazing, it's brilliant. Check it out if you've not seen it. Fiddler on the Roof, amazing. Number 3 is Star Wars. 1977 gave us Star Wars. It should have won Best Picture. Anyhow, great movie, amazing movie. Shouldn't have beat Star Wars. Star Wars is amazing. George Lucas did a fantastic job in this movie. He wrote and directed it phenomenally well. The cast is great. Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, all so good in this movie. It's iconic. It's one of the most iconic and timeless stories of all time. It's amazing. The practical effects are amazing. The opening shot to this movie is one of the greatest opening shots to any movie, showing the Rebel and the Empire dominance. You know what's happening. You're ready for this movie. It's amazing. It's Star Wars. Great action, great characters, timeless story with great writing, great direction. Didn't win Best Picture at the Oscars? No, but who cares? This movie's amazing. Still, should have won Best Picture at the Oscars, but it's Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars geek. Of course, I have to have Star Wars. One of my favorite movies of the 70s. Star Wars. Coming number 2 is The Godfather and The Godfather Part 2. These are some of the greatest mob movies of all time. Godfather Part 3 is kind of insultingly underrated. I actually like Godfather Part 3. Godfather Part 1 and 2 are amazing, though. Like Francis Ford Coppola, this is his masterpiece films. These are amazing. The Corleone family, very iconic family, all portrayed by brilliant actors. Al Pacino's amazing in this movie. James Caan, Robert Duvall, all amazing. Marlon Brando is fantastic as the Godfather himself. He's fantastic. All amazing. De Niro is great in it, too. They both won Academy Awards playing the same fucking character. The direction, the writing, it's so good. It's actually better than the source material book itself, because the book's kind of boring. These movies are amazing. Very, very well paced, directed, scored, executed, everything. These movies are amazing. What else do I gotta say? It's The Godfather. Everyone knows The Godfather's amazing. It's Godfather. Godfather 1, Godfather 2, both amazing. And my number 1 favorite movie of the 1970s is Alien. Yes, in space. No one can hear you scream. Okay, another movie I have talked to death about. I will make it quick. It's so good. The practicality of the xenomorph looks so great. Again, the opening to this movie is so atmospheric. You don't know what you're in for. Are you in for like a 2001 Space Odyssey? Sort of in a way, but not as symbolic, obviously, but still great movie. I love Alien. It's beautifully executed, so well directed. Ridley Scott, one of the greatest directors of all time, did an amazing job. Sigourney Weaver's amazing. Tom Skerritt's amazing. Ron Hurt's amazing. Ian Holm's amazing. Everyone's amazing. I love all these characters. Great characters, iconic characters. The death scenes are very intense. This movie is very scary. That's why I like it better than Aliens. Even though Aliens is a great action movie, this is a great sci-fi horror movie. It's so fucking scary. This is a shipment crew with an alien on their ship and they have no weapons to defend themselves. This fucking alien spits acid and shit. Like, how are you gonna defeat this thing? But of course, Ellen Ripley to the rescue. She's amazing. Sigourney Weaver is so good. She was nominated for Aliens. Very good. Her performance in that movie was better in that movie, but I like this movie better. It's a well-directed movie, well-written movie. It's very atmospheric. I love everything about this movie. Every shot, image, characters, script, everything about this movie is amazing. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and it's the greatest movie of the 1970s. So yeah, that was my top 10 favorite movies of the 1970s. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, did you agree with this list? If not, comment below, what are your favorite movies of the 1970s? Give me your top 10s. Comment below, and let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.